श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमः गण्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमः
तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नीलाचल निवासाय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणम् परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. We will continue with the love letter series on fate versus free will. So the second accusation with this devotee is writing or realizing is that the attitude of sincerity and obedience is very difficult to develop. This devotee is saying that some people are naturally very, very sincere, very, very obedient. For them, the practice is very natural. But for those who are not from the beginning, then this attitude of sincerity and obedience is very difficult to develop. That's what this devotee is saying. This attitude of sincerity and obedience is very difficult to develop. In this material world, it is not difficult to do things. More difficult than doing things, much more difficult than doing things is to come to the point of starting to do things. Many times, nothing much works out in people's lives because people don't start only endeavoring to do something. Why they don't start? What is the paralysis? The whole paralysis is the game of imagination. There are more problems on the imaginary plane than on the real plane. So on the plane of reality, there are no much problems. But on the plane of imagination, there are a lot of problems. The person can just imagine and imagine and imagine. So when it comes to spiritual life, many times people keep imagining a lot of things. So somebody feels, oh, what about my CG? What about my grades? Oh, what about my internship? What about my extracurricular activities? What about running? What about hockey? What about job? What about this? What about that? So somebody says, I cannot practice because my CG is very low. So I cannot practice spiritual life because I have to study. So now this devotee is failing to think that his CG is low because of so much entanglement into distractive desires. That is, the CG is low, otherwise why the CG is low? So because of so much distractive desires. And now spirituality can help him overcome those distractive desires. So one should be very happy that I have got a very good shelter where I can get nourishment. Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani Sudarshan Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. But on the contrary, one is thinking, no, I need to get more time. And so when one is not a devotee, also there was all the time in the world, but where the time flew away. That is why CG is low. So a person doesn't think like that. So this whole point is imagination. Oh, I'm not able to perform. Maybe whatever time I'm giving to spirituality, let me take that off and focus on study, career, and all those things. But this was the case before also. There was no time for spirituality before we were introduced, or pretty much in the first year. Because in the first year, people are just standing one round, 2 rounds like that, hardly. So there is there's no much chanting. So anyways, all the time was there in the first year. So why did the things land up in a crash? Because mind is out of control, senses are out of control. Better take the spirituality, get the mind and sense under control. The person doesn't think like that. That means this candidate devotee he's hovering on the imagination plane. That's all.
Even after having clear instruction, why do we start imagining?
Because that is the nature of the mind. So therefore, one has to very strongly go and act against the imaginations. That is what determination is all about. What is this nonsense imagination all about? There are many devotees who come in the voice of the Seva Kunj. At the end of first year, the CGPA improves. When they come and start staying and all that, the CGPA improves. Still, some of them, when they come to third year, fourth year, final year, they feel, no, I cannot do much services, I need to study and all that. That spirituality is already helping you. It's already helped you. Why don't you realize that? And it has helped dozens of devotees. And why to lower the the momentum of spiritual life? It has been already helping. So, person gets caught up into illogical imaginations. Somebody thinks, okay, I cannot practice spirituality because my CG is very low. Another person thinks, I cannot practice spirituality because my CG is very high. If your CG is high, you can practice much more and you can take some chances also because the CG is high, it won't dip so much. It's okay, Suppose CG is 9.2, then even if you get a 8.0 in some semester, it won't affect the CG too much. It'll just go to 9.1. That's all. So that doesn't mean you should do it, but the point is that even if one take some chances for Krishna, it's okay because CG is too much high. So it's okay. Is it not? But people are obsessed, unnecessarily obsessed. So therefore, so we will see that if we start thinking about ourselves, and sometimes people think, how to balance. How to balance is very simple. How to balance? First, wake up early in the morning. So you finish your rounds in the morning, and evening when you come back, then you study nicely. Who is stopping you? So we always say, okay, service one can take as per one's schedules, but sadhana one should not compromise. A hectic schedule, one can take less service. Less service, more service. We should do whatever we are able to take up. We can take up, and we should do it heartily. That is the, and then you experience the joy. So spiritual life is simple. But then people make it complicated. So that is because of imagination. Every night the mind will tell, hey, you can study more. No? Now is the time to study. No. Maybe this is remaining, that is remaining. Person thinks, okay, I can study more. The person is trying to study and does late night, doesn't get up in the morning, and all rounds remaining. And then evening comes back from college, then chanting only till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And 10 p.m. mind is troubling, hey, you have not studied. And then one will sit down to study, again to repeat the same thing. Is it not? So therefore, the imagination kills a person. And therefore, what is needed is, so anxiety is simply a game of imaginations. See, it's just like a screensaver. Suppose you are not doing anything on the computer, after some time the screensaver comes. Is it not? Now suppose in the screensaver there are pictures of graveyard, there are pictures of skeletons, there are pictures of some horror movies, like that. So, so when one is seeing that, and the screen moves also, in the screensaver, the different schemes which is coming. So one is seeing that, when we get horrified, oh, skeletons are coming, graveyard is coming, it's already night time, and some ghosts are coming, pictures are coming like that, and one may feel frightened. But what is the cure and what is the remedy? The screensaver is coming because of not doing anything on the computer. You press a key, it will be gone. Is it not? So the imagination may go infinite. Oh, this problem may come up, that problem may come up, this will happen, that will happen, that will happen. You press a key, everything will be gone. The key of the process of devotional service. When mind is troubling like this, go and do vessel washing, In half an hour, all problems will be gone. Revolve, Yeah, or take up a jhadu and start cleaning, along with hearing lecture, See how problems are gone. Like that. We sit down and chant a Vaishnava song. We chant 4 extra rounds. We hear 1 hour, solid, very attentive. So all these problems are gone. So this imaginative anxiety which the living entity builds up within himself or herself is just like a screensaver because we are not pressing any button. That is the point. Like one devotee told me, he was in 10th semester. He told me, Prabhu, I am thinking I cannot continue in voice. I'm thinking I'll go to hostel. I told him, hey, it's already February. After 10 days, it's mid-semester. That I told him later. First I asked him. So when I heard that, first I asked him, you please tell me first, when was the last you studied Srila Prabhupada books? You read Srila Prabhupada books. It took him a long time to calculate. He was like, and then after a long time of evaluation, he told me 2 years. You see? So I understood, this is natural. If 2 years you don't read Prabhupada books, what is going to happen? See how much power bhakti has, This devotee, he was not reading Prabhupada books for 2 years. And still he was able to continue, like that. If you read 1 page, how much strength will you get? If you read half an hour every day, how much strength will you get? See, this is the point. He was not reading Prabhupada books for 2 years. So now he's thinking. And then I told him, Hari, it's already February, it's 10 days to mid-sem. And after that, it's only a month. And then you get to focus on end-sem. And already, you're senior man. Everybody sees you as a senior, and we'll do this passing out felicitation ceremony, Shapat Tapas, you'll get some reward, you'll get to speak some advice, like that. At least you pass out with dignity. Otherwise, everybody will say, whoa, 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 no? This oldie fellow is gone now, no? There then just imagine second year is coming for your follow-up, Prabhu, Acharya Prabhu is coming, please come, here's a prasad for you. So, see, some second year is going for follow-up of, fifth year, old fellow. It's so embarrassing. I mean, it is so cheap, no? Like that. So I told him like that. But then he was so he was not wanting to take it up, and he was determined. I was requesting him. But okay, after passing out, you can decide, where you will land up in job, whether you want to stay in the yoga voice there, or next to it, or little far from it, or one street far from it, two street far from it. That we can discuss later. But as of now, at least continue. It's only 1 month. You say no. You fellows, you have not let me enjoy. Already 9 semesters are over. 10th is also 1/3 over. Like that. Remaining time I want to enjoy the hostel life, campus life, and all that. So you see the point is this material desire, imagination. What enjoyment he could do? What enjoyment anyways one could do in this the IIT campus? What enjoyment anyways one can do? Is it not? So people are this is just simply giving into imagination. So we have to understand that the solution to many of our problems is to just press a key. Just take up some engagement in Krishna consciousness and attentively do it, and we'll feel very nice. I remember many times students, we would tell them to go for a camp or something, and some students start crying, oh, my study is there, my test is there, my assignment is there, my this is there, my that is there. First years cry, I know, but I have seen second year, third years also cry, like that. My this is there, my that is there, and that will be there only at the time of the camp. Like that. That will be there only at the time of the camp. And so why is there? Why is this? So why is this crying happening? It's simply imagination. So when the person hears, oh, I have to go for camp. Oh, 1.5 days camp. Oh, I have studies, I have assignment, I have job, I have a loan, I have everything and all that. But when one goes and sits on studies, the mind is saying it's okay, and one is scrolling down here and there, and he's saying, no, let us have some, cool mood, like that. And one is scrolling on social media, and one is seeing some YouTube videos and all that. See how cheap the mind is. We have to understand the nature of the mind, that the mind is meant to fool us. And therefore, one should not listen to the mind. And you rascal, you are always making a fool out of me. So if you don't press any key, there is going to be problem. Therefore, you see, the Bhagavatam explains, the principle is, if one is not Krishna conscious, one will be anxiety conscious. Bhayam dvitiya bhinivishata syad. So the bhaya, or the fear, which manifests as anxiety and stress and so on, the bhaya so the anxiety is there because of no Krishna consciousness. When one becomes Krishna unconscious, then one becomes conscious of anxiety. So therefore it is said, Krishna Das Bindas, Maya Das Sadavdas. Maya Das is going to be always Sadavdas. So we see that if we become loose in our Krishna conscious practice, anxiety is natural to come. The principle is, where there is no Krishna, there will be anxiety. And where there is Krishna, there is no anxiety. So here we are getting anxiety. Hey, will I get job or not? You know? Will there be a day? Will I get some food to eat, clothes to wear, and a place to stay, and all that? All these are bogus anxieties. The person simply keeps having anxiety. Hmm. So all we need to do is to press the key. So many times you see the problems in our spiritual life are only because we take the spirit. I mean, problems are there overall in our life only because we are taking spiritual life with a very low key, casual gear. That is the point. Many times devotees or people, they ask questions to senior devotees, maharajas, gurus, like that. And one of the questions, one of the typical style of questions is, okay, how to become serious? How to become sincere? Uh, how to become determined? How to become this? How to do this? How to do that? So this question is just like asking how to eat prasad. How to eat prasad? Can you give some steps, some directions how to eat prasad? How to eat prasad? It's very simple. How to eat prasad? Hmm? Yeah, you just have to eat it. Isn't that enough? Take prasad in your hand, put it in your mouth, chew it nicely, and taste it nicely. There's some lecture behind, isn't that? It's very easy, you just have to eat it, isn't that? But one says, no, I don't know how, I don't have that, capacity. And what capacity? Isn't that, right? How to eat prasad? How to digest prasad? You first eat, it will be digested, Baba. Krishna has given the mechanism. Is it not? So, so people, they simply die in how to. This is all imagination game. What is how to? That means the person is simply wanting some excuse. What do you mean how to become sincere? What do you mean how to become obedient? Just follow. How to become obedient? If the traffic police is telling you that, okay, you better reduce your speed, and if you ask him how to become obedient, and say, oh, you want to know how to become obedient? I'll give you 10,000 rupees fine now. Then you will understand how to become obedient. Is it not? Or the class teacher chastising the student in the college, the student saying, ma'am, how to become obedient? I don't feel like. So you don't feel like? There is a cane. Isn't that? So how to? What is the answer to how to become obedient? Just accept and follow. That's it. Is it not? Is it difficult? Is it complex? So when a person is saying that how to get the attitude of sincerity, how to get the attitude of obedience, this seems to be a hollow statement. Is it not? It's quite a hollow statement. Like Rajsham always sings this song, ना कौन कहता है भगवान आते नहीं. Then Rajsham says, oh, तुम द्रौपदी की जैसे बुलाते नहीं, इसलिए भगवान नहीं आते, है ना? The Lord doesn't come because you don't call so often. So the whole problem is not pressing the key. And that is what leads to unnecessary anxiety. The person thinking, oh, no? And somebody says, oh, I'm so fallen, that I'm so fallen. But if you understand you're fallen, you can get up, no? But when you fall on the, you get up, no? And if you're not able to get up yourself, you take help of somebody and get up. You should not. Right? So if you're fallen, you can get up. Now, how not to remain fallen? You make some effort to get up, press the key, that's it. Is it not? And Krishna is ready to give help, provided we take the step forward. You know? So Krishna consciousness becomes complex only for a person who keeps crying. One who is trying, Krishna consciousness is not complex. One who is crying Krishna consciousness complex. So therefore, don't just cry. Continue to try. So Krishna consciousness complex only for those who keep crying. So one who is crying Krishna consciousness is complex, but one who is trying Krishna consciousness is not complex because Krishna is ready to give help for those who try. But those who cry are simply cutting an excuse. Why not to take to Krishna consciousness? They're simply using their cry as a signal to Krishna that don't come near us. Because I don't want to try. I simply want to cry and blame you. And blame everything. Oh, it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. Doesn't work out for me. Doesn't work out for me. So that's simply the cry game. So we should play the try game, not the cry game. Okay, let's stop here for today. Mantraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Haribo.